there, my name's Adam. I'm going to be walking you through this 2019 279 RLDS Freedom Express. Up here in the front, you've got an electric tongue jack. This runs off your battery. Extend the track. It's got a docking switch right there for your light. This unit comes with two 20-pound propane tanks. Open them up by loosening them. Right here is your LP regulator. So when that indicator is green, that means you've got good gas flow. When this turns red, that means that this tank is empty, and it's going to automatically pull off this side, but it lets you know that this tank needs to be filled. And you can switch this to either tank. Select either one you want to use. This is your 12-volt battery up here. Now this runs everything from furnace to lights to your refrigerator to your tongue jack. It's hooked directly in to the converter, so anytime you're plugged into shore power, you're going to be charging this battery. Down here is your battery disconnect. So if you're going to leave this parked at home during the winter, you can just disconnect that battery and it's not going to be pulling any power from it, and it won't kill it. We'll leave that on. Here you've got your storage bay all the way through. You've also got an outside table. It comes equipped. It's strapped up to the top there. Right here we've got your fresh tank fill. So this is going to be your potable water that you're taking with you if you're not going to have a city water connection at the campsite. Down below, this is your fresh tank drain. It's got this little plug in there. You loosen it up just to drain the fresh tank. Over here, you've got your sewage. On the right, we've got gray. That's going to be your gray tank. That's going to be shower and sink water. On the left, black tank. That'll be toilet water. City water connection. So if your campsite is equipped with the city water connection, that's where you're going to hook that in. You always want to use your pressure regulator on the end of your garden hose to make sure that the pressure isn't too high. Cable hookup for your campground cable, satellite hookup for your satellite dish to your TV. Outside shower. This is a 50 amp service. Twist lock plug. Line the plug up in the center. And twist it, lock, and then you can tighten that nut to secure it. Here on the corner, you've got your jack switches. So these are electric stabilizer jacks. Now they are independent. They have independent switches. So you want to run those all the way down until they hit the ground and tighten them up a little bit. Same way in the front. Those switches are located next to the front storage bay. Behind your door, we've got your outside TV hookup. So that's going to be your coax hooked into your antenna. Plug in right there. This is your water heater. This is the Dinette gas and electric water heater. That's where your drain plug is located for winterizing. This is your pressure relief valve. This is your furnace vent on the outside. And then this is the refrigerator access panel. And over here, we've got your black tank flush. So make sure that your valve or your waste valve is open over there when you're dumping your tank. Hook a garden hose up to here and turn it on. It's going to flush out your black tank. Keep it clean. This is solar prepped. You can hook a solar panel in here and it's going to keep your battery charged on the front. So this unit has an electric awning. Switch is right here. So you can run that all the way out. You want to make sure you're watching for limbs or any kind of obstruction that could be in the way. You don't want to rip your awning. Once it's all the way out, you can come out here on the outside and adjust your pitch on your arms. Pull your arm down, tighten that nut, and that's going to adjust the pitch on either side of the awning. Make sure that's loose before you roll the awning back in. In here you've got your monitor panel. Up top we've got your tank levels along with your battery. So this indicator light will show you how much charge you have on your battery. Also your fresh tank and your black and gray tank. When those light up full, it's time to dump. Your water heater switches, electric and gas. So you can run those both at the same time, that's perfectly okay. But you want to make sure you have water in your tank by checking that pressure relief valve before turning this on. That's your water pump switch for your potable water. And then you've got your light switches and then your slide out button. And you want to run that slide all the way out until you hear that sound. Make sure there's no toys or screws or anything on the outside that's going to hit your slide. You don't want to rip your linoleum floor by leaving something on the floor and running it over top of it. In here you've got all your paperwork, your TV and stereo remote. So the stereo is Bluetooth. You can hook it to your phone. Also you've got exterior speakers and different speaker zones you can select. And then your TV is running off your roof antenna. You can pick up local channels with that. Down here is your distribution panel. So you've got all your 120 breakers and then your 12-volt fuse is located down here. Now if one of these pops, there's going to be a little red indicator light illuminate to let you know which fuse is popped, and down here has labeled which each breaker or which each fuse goes to. Right here, this is an access panel to get to the back of your water heater. So you're going to need to get back here whenever it's time to winterize your camper. If you can see, you've got two valves. One is cold line, that's going into the water heater, and the other is on the top. That's the hot water coming out. So right now we're in normal use, so that means we've got water going into our water heater and going to the camper. So in winterized mode, it's going to look like this. Turn that valve and turn that top valve, and that'll be a way that you can bypass your water heater to run your antifreeze through your system. Your refrigerator is gas and electric. You've got temperature adjustment over here on this far right fin. The higher you slide it, the colder it's going to be. The lower you slide it, the warmer the temperature. Like I said, it's gas or electric, so right now when you first turn it on, you're going to have the switch depressed right there. It's going to be in auto mode. So what that means is it's going to try to light on electric first, and if it fails, if there's a breaker switch or something, it's going to automatically switch over to LP. But if you strictly want to run it on LP, you can pop that switch out. Most people do that when they're traveling down the road going to the campground, and it's going to be running off the battery and your propane. Here we have your range. Open up these eyes. Use your sparker to light. You always want to run your exhaust fan while you're cooking in here. On the far right, you've got your oven. So turn that to that little flame pilot. Press that switch in, and then it may take a few times to spark, but it'll light your oven underneath. Over here, you've got your dinette booth. Now this does make into a bed. Come down here on this little yellow knob, you flip it out, And this table will lower down and you move your cushions around to make a bed. Your love seat here is electric, so it's got massage, a light, and a heater. And they do recline. Here you've got your standard household microwave. In the hallway here, here's your thermostat. So this unit is equipped with a Dinette AC. So we'll go ahead and turn it on. And that first option, you've got your fan speed. You can adjust it low, high, and auto. I recommend auto whenever you're running your air conditioner. So next you have your air conditioner. Adjust the temperature over here. Now in these domestic thermostats, when you're in auto mode and cool, whenever the temperature gets within 3 degrees of the temperature you have set, the fan is going to automatically switch down to low and try to make temperature that way. And if it's too hot in here and the temperature dumps up, the fan's going to kick back into high fan in order to make temperature. And then you've got furnace, adjust the temperature right there. And here's your bathroom. You've got your GFCI outlet right here on the wall. So most of the outlets inside your camper are feeding off of this outlet. So if you've got something not working in there, you may want to come in here and check to make sure that hasn't tripped. All right, coming into the bedroom, you have USB ports down here to charge your cell phone, along with the receptacle as well. Storage underneath the bed. And you've got accent lights right above the bed as well. Also have speakers in the bedroom. Down here on the floor, we have your carbon monoxide / propane leak detector. This is wired straight into your battery on the front, so it's always going to be on. If you hear this sound, that means you've got a leak or carbon monoxide in the air and you need to exit the unit. And up here, you've got your smoke alarm. Runs off a 9-volt battery. You need to check that every so often to make sure it's still got juice in it. And that's a quick walkthrough of your 2019 Freedom Express.